Into it then, shall we? It is going to be the pick of the French side to kick things off here, and the long take. Very traditional so far, but 3 CTs to defend. Here come the flashbangs and the PT50s, making their way out the doors. It's Zipexo the challenge, and he does a wide swing. Equal for now. Afro, though, with that PT50 trying to assert the dominance towards a long position. CTs will fall back and boost.
Oh, another kill here. Exercise top mid has taken down Blame. Config will respond to 3-on-3. The smokes are in play if they want to drop them and just get the cross, but apparently getting a move on Afro. I keep Farlig at bay. Tap from range, but he seems aware. One smoke, where's the second? A bit of a gap on that. They've both gone deep as opposed to close. Jax had an opportunity on the cross here, but a bit strung out. Heat losing the fire early. Body's going to take one back, and from blameF gets found out as well. It's just going to be Config. Last man standing, 1-on-2 situation. He can't hit the dogs onto the car kill. Body's going to pick it up. No plant needed. And the pistol round to Heat.
A little bit scrappy there, but overall it is the round for Heat indeed. The missed smoke towards long. I guess not a huge deal in the pistol round. You're not up against the rifles that can spam through all the AWPs, but managing to trade effectively, getting out of long doors, as mentioned. Quite a traditional T-side pistol, and exercise, as you said, executes blameF towards middle with that P250, and this was the key crack. Farlig got one, but as soon as Afro came online towards the car position, it looked very comfortable. So Astralis, what will they answer back with? Not much, as we just have a full eco here, Chad. One Desert Eagle for Config, but no armor, no nades. And you would assume this is a bit of a gimme for Heat as we push towards top of middle.
Oh, Config played well yesterday. Let's see if we can consider a Scorcher immediately. Scout bullet for Afro will confirm that Config had pushed up and getting chased down. Jocko is going to remove his head. That is the only threat in the round done. And this juncture, Heat just have to walk this one across the line here. There's 3 players for Astralis on the B side, so that would be worst site for them to find themselves. Still need to probe a little bit here, and plenty of time, plenty of util. There's no real dramas in a round like this. I think we're at a point with this group, Henry, where I'm happy that we found ourselves in this position. We're on day 3. The group is still wide open, right? We saw the circumstances for Heat to not make it through, but that means that there's circumstances for everybody else to still make it through, right? And Heat are holding on just by their fingertips.
It all stemmed from that result, Astralis versus Complexity, right? That's where all the madness begun. We always say ESL Pro League is full of surprises, but that was definitely unexpected. Astralis finding some better form yesterday, admittedly, against Mousesports, looked much better. Yeah. Much better. That's the team we know and love, and you have to say as well, it was looking like a 2-0 for Astralis. He took their eye off the prize against Complexity. Yes. They were a map up. Very convincing first result, and then the second, it all just fell apart after 4 series points were available. But like we said, this round pretty much done. It was a bit of a B stack. There's an open A bomb site, and exercise, though, have to stretch his legs here. We'll see whether he can get a couple of frags. He's been surrounded towards the B tunnels. Does he turn around and check it? Apparently not.
Trying to get the warm-up in here early as exercise against the pistols, but now he's handed over a Galil. I'm sure they would love to hold on to that as Body moves to the doors, executes blameF, and spots glaive up towards Suicide, peppering away. The jump's cute. But, I think glaive here just going to try and give a little bit of assistance to Farlig, see if they can keep this weapon up.
Yeah, certainly will help. Serviceable rifle. You're going to be buying up next round anyway, save some money. Maybe even could consider something a bit stronger. We'll see.
He does like the AWP glass cannon, does Farlig, like when he has to bring it out. And we enjoyed his AWPing the other day on Dust2 CT side. He's going to have to go up against Afro here, who did have a slow start on debut. But as I said, oh, it's gone. It's all gone. It's definitely all gone. Well, it's fine. They're buying anyway.
Yeah, exactly. They got 1 kill. It was a full eco. Farlig can afford the AWP, and he goes for it. Can't afford armor, however. He was $50 short. So he will be glass cannon. Gets himself a smoke and a flash. And a difficult round here for Heat. Which way will they go with it? Galil's, Scouts, MAC-10s, and a Tech 9. Exercise not wanting to invest heavily into the round. They're going to be a bit of a bonus situation. You'd assume some sort of execution. Is that a missed Xbox?
Yeah, it hasn't landed, but they're rushing B. It's all in. Glaive's going to hear this. Going to need support. Farlig outside the side with the AWP. It's going to be between the players. It's just Glaive over towards Car to defend. And the lineup, it's perfect. Glaive goes down 2. And the cavalry is here. Farlig's got 1 and done. It's now a 2-on-3 situation, but Astralis in the driver's seat. Oh, straight through.
It's a great flashbang as well. Config off to the races here, as it will be a clean finish as well. Astralis defending the B rush admirably. You have to say, Jad, it's about the round we expected. It was a bit of a bonus situation. MAC-10s, Galil's, B rush, maybe not the most ideal.
You know, rushes these days, you don't see too many of them work out, right? They're not mega successful, especially if you don't have well-placed utility behind it. We can see the doors, smoke, sure. Glaive just able to get 2 of them lining up towards the big box, though. That in itself is a problem. So pathing, another conversation to be had there.
Yeah, especially when the scout as well as the second player towards the platform as well is always going to be a bit of a tricky situation for them. But here's the full buy. HEET didn't really invest much into the previous, so they do have the AWP themselves. 3 AKs and a Galil, but bare bones in terms of utility. So they'll be pushed back towards long. We've got a hinge smoke deployed here. A few of these have been missing this tournament, not going to lie to you. That one looks good to me, but we'll see whether it actually does land. There it is, nice. Missed the Xbox smoke, but we'll take the hinge.
A nice little jump across there from Jocko to avoid being seen from config. They're now going to flash him forward, exercise. Little jumpy boy, that one's going to flick it tighter around the corners, so they're starting to work on long and straight into Farlig, which is wrong, mind you. This ace split has been stalled out immediately. As soon as you lose that prong, now you're smoked off. There's a buffer bought for Zip in pit. He can just chill.
Yeah, they can't push that smoke at all. So on the back foot here are HEET. Jocko looking for any sort of opening. Can't really force the issue here. His teammates exploring their options towards middle as well. Maybe some form of a B split. You can see them rotating back towards the tunnels through T-spawn. It's going to take some time here. Good incendiary. Afro has to choose. Does he push or fall back? He goes for the latter. Mid-split smoke is down, and Zipex has actually got a ton of information here. So they're not looking towards this position whatsoever. That's going to be the AWP removed now. So a 5-on-3. He's got full control of top and middle, and it kind of pushes him into this B area. It's all they can do. They won't be able to save at this point. They're heading back to T-spawn. Is that what they're going to try and do with 15 seconds?
Yeah, there's no option here. So Zip, sure, over towards suicide right now. He's not the individual who's going to press too many fights, so might give them a bit of a buffer here, and Astralis will be getting up to a 2-2. Saving the guns, yeah, we can understand why, but in the next round of play, it's going to be light on Bodyy, and Afro are going to have to invest in the utility for the team, because all that was left over was a smoke. Jax and Jocko exercise. They all can't buy any more utility. There's just no extra cash available for them. So this is going to be a real rough round for HEET here, and this was it.
No flash.
Nothing.
No smoke on the corner, no Molotovs, just straight up peek towards long, and yeah, Farlig will take that all day long. As they begin to round number 5 here, as mentioned, they saved 3 weapons, and they will fully invest around them. So it's Deagles, Tech 9s, a bit of utility as well. Afro with the long spawn this time, Chad. So he'll drop his utility back just in case it all goes wrong. And he'll go for the long pick. I think he might have something here. Good flash, but narrowly misses out on the shot. Smoked off as well, and they'll just be boosting a player up to see whether they can maybe have a double boost here and look over the smoke potentially.
Yeah, well, Zip starting to gravitate in that direction.
Messed it up a bit. Back we go.
If that fumble was heard, Zip might call it. Yeah, he definitely heard it. Can't get away with anything at this level.
Back off this one, lads.
You fumble a boost, you flub it, then you're going to get punished.
That's kind of it, isn't it? Once you do fumble it and make that sort of noise, you need to just call it off.
But this is the thing at the top level of Counter-Strike, right? If you are going to make a mistake, and you have to make mistakes because the other team needs to capitalize on top of it, that's exactly what's going to happen. You make an extra step, Zip gets an educated guess as to what's going on. Instead of playing close to the doors, he drops a nade on your feet, and now you're the ones who've stomached over 50 damage with 1 HE grenade. Actually, probably over 100 damage.
So they were hoping to boost above the smoke and look above it, see if any close-range CTs were there. They're giving it potentially another go here, Chad. We'll see. Down they come. Silent dismount at least. So Bodyy with the Tech 9 going to swing out, try and draw the crosshairs towards his position. Allow Afro to hopefully get some picks here. But Zipex very passive towards the pier here. Drops a nice flashbang. Needs a bit of backup now. He is isolated. Smoke should buy him some time. He needs some rotations to come through. And Farlig, he'll be defending with the AWP. There it is. Looking for anyone crossing over, but they're trying to segregate Zipex. He needs to find at least 1. 2 would be ideal here. He's done very well to survive this long. So 1.5 kills. Farlig gets the pressure towards short alleviated, and they've got the man advantage.
It's done enough. At this point, there's 20 seconds left on the clock. They're coming through the gray screen. The only way this goes wrong is if Farlig swings out wide. The smoke is going to obscure the vision, but it's not perfect. And Blame's on the site. Going to be sending Pain down range with a step out into Afro. But look at this, 7 seconds. Config with the Galil. Call this one done. And if they want double AWPs, that's possible.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely do. So there we have it. HEET with another pretty scrappy round, Chad. A few mistakes, a few failed boosts, took a lot of damage early on, and you could see, you're right, Zipex knew exactly what's going on. Landed like on their front doorstep there. First-class delivery, and he just did so well running down the clock there. He got all his utility out, delayed them a good 30 seconds before they could actually take him down, did a ton of damage, got a kill. That's all he had to do there. Worth his weight in gold in that long anchor position. And indeed, they will be picking up a double AWP setup, and we have a technical pause after this tactical timeout. So maybe just a slight headset issue, something like that, and it should be an eco as well for HEET. Maybe a partial buy with some P250s at the moment.
Well, this is probably the bigger issue here, is just the way they started off in the gun rounds, right? I know you said it's a bonus round, but I think every round in Counter-Strike now is winnable, right? To some degree. Obviously not the full Glocks or the full USP rounds, but where there's any investment, I think if you play situations by the book or you try and isolate certain fights, you can give yourself advantages, right? You think about that scenario. They had, sure they had a scout, sure they had a MAC-10, but they had a couple of Galils.
There's also the scout was second spawn, so it ran in after the first player, and he just goes down straight away. And if you can't even win the round, maybe just slowing it down, baiting out a lot of utility, and at least affecting the finances of the CTs at that point. I completely agree with you at that stage. I see what's available to you. The B rush just seems like it's a death sentence going in, especially when you're under-equipped. But I suppose there's some sort of school of thinking maybe an incendiary won't be available for the CTs.
Sure.
So I guess that's about it, but it didn't work out for them. And
it's just so, like, I think in modern Counter-Strike, obviously you need to make some coin-tossy moments, but you don't see a whole lot of coin-tossy moments, especially with like out-of-spawn calls, right?
Oh.
There's not too many teams at the top level who are just running a lot of strats just straight out the gates these days.
The thing is as well, you have to remember the double doors at the B bomb side, that's been flipped around now. So B rush is not as viable as they once were before. We saw Farlig, he's got the AWP, and if you're going to rush it, your smoke's not going to be down at the doors in time.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can see a reason why they're not as popular as they once were. It's Glaive with a monitor issue, I believe. So this could take some time, Chad. It actually disconnecting. Maybe we're getting a full substitution being brought in.
There's no Formula One pace on this. Normally,
no, it's not a 12 second.
How he's got them, you know, well drilled. They're in and out. They pop in, pop out. So it must be bigger than just the panel here. It looks like cables being changed. So you got the full kit on there, though. Look at this. I think he's got the ESL trackies on.
Yeah, he has indeed. Well, there we have it. If you are just joining us, welcome to Happy Friday, Chad. It's the start of the weekend. We're here in Group C, day 3. Been some upsets, been some confusing moments, some results that maybe don't make sense, but Astralis, one of those teams to give one of those away, losing to Complexity 2-1, found themselves in an interesting spot here in the group. Yeah.
It seems like it's going to get better and better for them here. Now, obviously, we don't know how all the other results are going to play out for the rest of today and tomorrow. Sunday is where I think we'll have a lot of things decided just by the nature of how this group's panned out so far. We already started a conversation about HEET and the runway to the Paris Major by Blast next year. So there's a lot going on, but if you guys at home want to post some questions, we don't know how long this one's going to take.
Oh, the mailbag's back open?
Yeah, use the hashtag ESL Pro League, tag at HenryGCSGO, at
hashtag Virtuals Bag.
And let us know what you're up to on this Friday. How you doing? If you got any questions, if you want to know anything about what you're looking at here, you can see they've got 2 sets of headsets. A lot of people ask the question, what's the in-ears for? Well, the in-ears does the in-game sound, and the headset over the top is noise cancelling as well as the microphone.
I guess that's so you have a consistent experience from your home setup and you feel comfortable like knowing what you're going to get at every single tournament. It's the same experience instead of relying on tournament headsets, for example.
That is curious. I wonder how many players, when they're practicing, use in-ears.
I don't think many. They're not super comfortable.
That's true.
Right?
After a while, it does get a bit pressy.
Yeah, but at least you have a consistent tournament experience instead of trying different headsets on and like not. You can have the option to use those as sound, of course, but not many players opt to. So yeah, it's always going for that in-ear experience. But Glaive's technical situation doesn't look great.
That's a new power cable there. That's definitely a new power cable.
That's when you know you're desperate. So you should try and replacing the power cable, perhaps. Like, give that a go.
Well, look, if I was a tech guy, that would be high up on my list of things because
new cable.
I can't fix like anything that's actually a tech issue. But plugging in a new cable, I could do that. That's easy.
We can get you down there right now if you like.
Want me to plug in some cables?
Yeah, get down there.
Back on.
Well, the headphones are coming back in, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for bearing with us. You're just joining us as well. You're just in time. It's quite early on here on the first map of this best of 3. It's the pick of HEET Gaming, and they're currently down 3-2 on their T side.
We have to check his hertz here because the monitor's just gone on and off. Is that going to affect?
I'm sure he'll feel it pretty quickly as soon as he gets in, I suppose. But yeah, we might. Do you want to run down there and ask them if they check?
Look, I'm sure Glaive knows what he's doing. He's been here once or twice.
Not his first rodeo, I believe.
He's not getting caught by like the shift tab Steam overlay. He's not getting caught off guard. They're saying ready. So I suppose Glaive is ready. We're back underway here. Freeze time starting to tick on down. But it's nothing exciting, guys. Remember, it's HEET going into an economical.
True.
So keep your feet up. Keep sipping on that pina colada.
And as mentioned, they can't really justify much more than like P250s and maybe a Tech 9 or 2. So that's what you'll see here. Some flashbangs, no armor. Really is an eco round. And in terms of loss bonus, they'll be making their way up to $2,900 next round. But they've actually got an opening frag here by the looks of things. Not quite, Jax. Considerable damage there towards the sniper of Astralis. Farlig limps back on 5 HP. So now they've confirmed they're up against pistols, they can fall back. No one needs to be over-aggressive here. Just pick them off one by one. You do not want to be giving up anything. Build up your own finances. There's the flashbang. Zipex calling. He spotted a couple of players towards long. That's a nice grenade. That'll push them forward as well. There's pretty much max damage towards body. And more damage inflicted there. A kill from Jocko. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think Zip could see through the flames right there, but back into blame. Gonna just finish this one up nice and easy. Put a bow on it. We'll do exactly that. Afro goes down. And it's a 4-2 lead for Astralis. Now, I think this sounds counterintuitive in a way, but I think the fact that they did have that poor showing against Complexity to open up the group is a good thing. Because if they had a cruisy affair there, and I think if they just continued through with 2-0s, but they could, and they were sloppy, right? It wouldn't have made them pull up their socks coming into these more important matches.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And a bit of a wake-up call, perhaps. They are going to be tested. Everyone's...
We're not rushing B again, are we, boys?
No, surely not.
Well, we are.
No, come on now.
This one better pay off here. If you don't stick to land, and this will be the last B rush you're allowed, well, they're in this time, and the tags from Config aren't going to hit. They've exploited this double AWP setup here, and I don't think there's going to be a way back in for Config or Farlig.
Well, all it took was some Galils, a MAC-10, a couple of HEs upon arrival, and they get that first kill. Glaives go down with nothing, and Body, he's looking to mop up frags here, potentially get a bit more out of this one. So it was the B rush. It works out tremendously well. Chad reached for his yellow card, but apparently had to play on.
Oh yeah, this one here, they've been given the thumbs up. This is fantastic work, and they're starting to annihilate what's left of Astralis here. Wasn't even a full investment on everybody from HEET. They just believed in the B rush, and
sometimes you got to, I suppose. And they didn't throw bombardment utility. Like I said, a double HE grenade, which does provide somewhat of a veil when you're going through. But overall, I guess they weren't expecting it. You don't see many of them these days, like we said. And Farlig missing the key shot. Glaive going down early. We saw it from Farlig's POV. He had an opportunity there. Another one here as he will be dropped, and that's pretty much a clean sweep. They've got a double AWP setup on the T side now. That is an old school setup on Dust2.
There shouldn't have been a miscommunication here. They've gone straight through the molly, the extinguish. This is what you want to see from Jax, entry fragging with style, full belief, and well, this is the mop-up kills. Not really the most exciting, but a fantastic job to remove a lot of these rifles here. So damage control right now, as losing to a B rush like that is going to change this utility set towards the B bomb site. It's going to change the setup completely. 2 players starting over towards the B bomb site here for the Danes.
Yeah, it's conditioned them to be aware of it at least, and exercise to be tested once again. Good flashbang coming in from Farlig. Even better shot as well. Converts the frag, and that's going to be an early advantage. They'll fall back and just give up the long position. They've got the man advantage. Could explore their options towards short, perhaps, as Config very aware of the potential of the lurk towards B. They'll try and retake a long position, maybe get towards pit with the AWP, fall back, get towards shore. That's quite a traditional approach. It's Config just anchoring towards B. And in terms of HEET's control, they still have a couple of smokes, some flashes as well. They wanted to go for this long take. They certainly could. They're Molotov off towards car. And we've got Jocko here just looking for any sort of reactive play from the CTs. Are they pushing towards upper? Are they trying to flash over towards mid and get a cheeky kill at short? Body will be given the secondary sniper. Don't see many of these on the T side of Dust2, but we'll see if they can make it work. Down in a 5-on-4 and just 45 seconds remaining. Config brings it into a 5-on-3, and that does shove them all in towards long. They just pretty much have to commit to this. It might even be safe territory at this stage, but they take Farlig down quickly. Maybe there's a chance of a plan.
Well, that molly is going to stall them out even more so here. Either have to brave the flames or wait it out. And as that happens, more util gets lumped their way. Another incendiary to be deployed. And this one not feeling great for HEET. Hot under the collar. It's getting hot in here. I'm sure there's a lot of references we could do, but this one quite literally. Afro, Farlig down. That's the access point to the site here. 17 seconds. They can still plant. And another kill comes in. Jax looking sharp now.
He really is. And this is falling on its ass. Astralis had a 5 versus 3, but we're down to a 2-on-2 here. Jax is low. Config has the defuse kit. He's coming in from long as well, but this is a very important kill towards the bomb site. Doesn't quite connect just yet, but time is of the essence here. blameF should have that one all day long. And now down to Jax. As you mentioned, he's looked very sharp so far. But only 30 points of health, but that's a fantastic shot towards long. Surely he can't close this one out, but he certainly does. That is phenomenal. Jax takes the round into his own hands, and there it is. It's going to be 4 huge kills for him, and a 5-on-3 converted in favor of HEET.
A lot to unpack here. So Jackie boy, that's what he was always known for, even on G2, right? That's what we're talking about, being more of a supportive element, or they were using him to go in first, but his aim was always one of the talking points. He was great at holding these weird off angles and hitting bangers just like this. Pops out, denies blame, absolutely anything as sharp as you like. So a huge round for HEET. But on the other side of things, yeah, you're right, we have to discuss how that falls apart for Astralis. That's the type of rounds they were losing to Complexity,
right,
which is where they found themselves in the hole, especially when they were on Nuke, where they were losing. Remember that top site round, whereas there's like a 2-on-5, and they both came out squeaky, and there was 4 players for Astralis near the top site. Those type of rounds, they really going to come back to haunt the Danes here.
Well, what a showing that was. Jax completely decimates his opponent there and has forced him down to just the pistols. We go 4-4, round 9, and this could get problematic for Astralis. Things starting to spiral here. Rounds they should be converting, comfortable situations as well. 5-on-3s snatched away from them. And for now, just USPs and a deagle for Config once again. He'll be pushing up towards middle.
Haven't we?
We absolutely have.
Yeah, well, at least he's searching. At least he's being active here, but this is probably going to be a very similar scene as last time round. So as they deal with that deagle, it's lights for Astralis. And I think the issue with losing a 3-on-5, it's not a problem if you can buy in the next round. Well, I tell a lie. It is a problem, but it doesn't hurt as much. Definitely not as much as having to eco in the follow-up. But that one really stings. It's like, well, we just gave away a round we should have converted, and now we have to basically give away a whole nother round that we can't contest at all. So that's really what you want to avoid.
Well, here we go, opening things up. It's Afro with the orb once again, gets his 5th kill out the half. Looking to take the lead now, HEET. And there's the hinge smoke, just suggesting they could be potentially going up towards long. Molotov to clear out any close-range players, and there are 3 CTs waiting on the other side here. So they'll slow things right down, try and hump some more information, and actually getting himself a secondary kill. Jax will have a couple of freebies here available to him. Not quite as clean as before, but it is a long-range shot, and presumably he'll make up for it there. So Farlig will be dropped as well. Round pretty much done. It's just a question whether they'll save a rifle. If they can find a single kill, that would be enough. But a great position here from Jocko. Finds the penultimate frag, and it's just Zipex now. They know where he is. Jocko should be able to take care of him as well. Easy as you like, and they take the lead 5-4.
This is looking good now for HEET. I think here, if they can get themselves up to, I think 6 or 7 here on this T hall, 8 would be great. Roll back the years a little bit as far as Dust2 is concerned. Put up a massive showing. Put a bit of pressure on Astralis today. Coming in, I think if you see Complexity, I know Astralis lost to Complexity, and actually this result, just imagine, Henry, if HEET win this series. Think about how crazy the group's going to be from that point onwards.
Right. That's I don't want to think about that.
Come on now, boys. It's not a B rush, it's a BP config. We'll meet aggression with aggression of his own.
Have you noticed, Chad, that HEET are throwing an HE grenade down suicide at the start of every round to suggest someone could pop down there and challenge towards top and middle? They're doing it even without a player going down. There's an HE at the start of every single round down in that position, which is quite interesting.
And that's curious, because Farlig doesn't tend to start with the alt mid too much, so he's not searching for those type of kills. They really could zerg up short.
Someone could be going quickly, and you have to just respect it. They're doing it every single round, so you don't have that early vision. But opening kill. Exercise goes down towards B, and Glaive feels comfortable for now, but Config calling for a bit of backup towards middle. They've actually got out to double doors, so Afro waiting patiently, but if he gets flashed off here, it could be problematic. Config receives a smoke, and they're actually going to continue with this push towards middle.
Good position for him here, and actually trying to boost over and clear towards A, so...
Nice idea.
Yeah, HEET looking for info, but as these smokes start to fade, Config's in the perfect position, and Zip again activating long. It's quite clear that this is territory that Zip's been told to take, and Farlig is going to get a freebie. Jocko looking the wrong way. Now they come into Config's territory. He's going to pick up his second for the round. Blame through the smoke, and 5-5 as Jax is the only man standing with 30 seconds. Aware of Zip's position, understands that somebody could be close. He's boxed in towards the tunnel. The bomb's down towards the mid doors, and he'll have to start peeling this one apart. That's the first.
He takes a lot of damage, unfortunately for him. Means he'll be spammed through the doors. Astralis tied things up at 5-5. They go back to a double orb setup. Didn't mind that from HEET. An interesting idea, getting that mid control, then boosting up on the CT boxes, having a look for rotating CTs. Had they found a frag there, it would look glorious, and unfortunately, smoke dissipates, jumps down to spawn, and Farlig gets a freebie. So a little bit underwhelming towards the end. blameF with a lovely kill through the smoke toward the sniper of HEET there. And as mentioned, yeah, double orb setup. So Config presumably takes it towards the back of the B bomb sites and sets up a bit of a turret situation. Nice shot.
I don't know if that's confirmed or unconfirmed damage right there, but
frustrating for glaive either way.
Yeah, that's going to sting here. It's just going to be about using as much of this utility before he goes down, staying alive. As bodyy going to apply this hinge smoke quite early. Farlig might be in a bit of trouble. We'll have to throw out one of his own to drop back, but that gives some info over to HEET of the setup they're dealing with.
Lots of flames towards short. 3 Molotovs used, and flashbang coming over too. Farlig doesn't want to pull the trigger just yet. Feels comfortable, they can hold the position, looking for one, and then the fadeaway, but it's difficult to survive this one. He's very committed, Chad. Good job going for the drop now. He's actually timed it to perfection, but he's in an awkward spot now.
That's fine. This is actually perfect. Farlig's playing this great. Initiates when he has to, drops back when he needs to, and there's glaive being finished off, but Farlig, very active across the map. Looks like he's been let off the leash the last couple of days. Time to find some impact here, but we've seen Astralis lose around in similar circumstances already.
Well, thankfully, the bomb's not planted yet. So Zipex holds towards long. It is going to be a full retake. They've got the man advantage once again. Jax is down as well. So he was the danger man before as they go through the protocols here. Molotoving off the key positions. They've got smokes to the retakes as well. No flashes, but just going to set themselves up and hopefully avoid the shots of Afro here. Here comes the AT. He does miss the first shot, and it's looking quite simple now as Config absolutely decimates them there with a triple kill, all headshots, and that's a statement round.
Oh man, I hope we get to see that one back. 12 kills for Config now. Him and Farlig combined in that round get it done. That was beautiful work right there. Thought there was going to be a problem over the top of that smoke. This is the initiation from Farlig. And him sticking around, he knows it's a risk, right? But that's an educated risk he has to take. These shots from Config just has over the top of the smoke. Oh, the last one, beautiful. Great work there. And that's what you want. Those ones feel good. And Trace, the coach, he knows it.
That'll teach him. Well, Astralis take the lead once again. Finance is running thin on the French side, and back towards the B tunnels we go. Probably won't be a rush, but Farlig is investigating towards middle. No HE this time to avert his gaze as he'll go in towards lower. Now, this is brave. If he gives us this AWP and gets nothing for it, this could be problematic, but I respect the confidence.
He's got support from short as well, so I imagine worst case, blame can try and molly or nade to buy him a bit of buffer. But I love the fact that Farlig continues to have some of these moves in the arsenal now, not just a static off, but being very dynamic as blame will clean house towards top mid. The rest are marooned in the tunnels here, and as they want to make their way forward, they can hear the onslaught of utility. Blame has a very good idea where this one's going to come from next. Okay, Jocko, we had the Deagle highlight yesterday on Overpass. Let's see, he's got another one in him. That's a rifle available. Flash a little bit shallow. Config still has vision. You can see the confidence is an all-time high here. I think it's good to see the aggressive moves, but also, sure, you got a bit of a support network available here for the trades.
What's up to Config? Feeling himself after the previous round. Back on that AK-47. No longer with the double orbs. He'll be patrolling outside the B bomb site itself. We've got glaive with the M4 inside the site, but it looks to be towards short we go. Just Farlig there with the AWP car right now. Zipek has pushed out the long doors, Chad. So
this is at least the third time. I love how proactive he's being in this position because the long position scene is so boring. But if you go for pushes like this, you get all the info. They're out. Hold up, Farlig. You got to hit a couple of these. Should be sitters for Farlig. We've already seen him demonstrate AWP prowess from this position. 2 more to find. The time is an issue. Head down, bum up as they make their way into the site. And look at this flank from Zip. It's going to be perfectly timed. Exercise has to worry about long. Zip steps out. Bodyy does get a kill, sure. But look at the pressure. How are you going to plan? How are you going to get this one down? Taps it. It's going to hit the last frag. That'll be 7 now for the Danes. And this is just well handled. They seem to have good responses. Some of the bigger issues is when HEET lose the opening pick.
Right.
There's not really too much further they can go from there. But the gun should come out now.
They've got the B spawn, Chad. Just saying.
Don't do it, boys. Come on.
Could be a thing.
Can't be the third time.
Let's consider it. They've got the Galils out as well. Maybe there's a chance. I don't think so. Orb for Afro, but it will be a more traditional default round here. Afro looking for that mid pick.
Well, this is a change. Look at the push.
Aggressive maneuver being deployed. Glaive's going towards top and middle with the M4. Config and lower. Blame at the double doors here. This looks like Glaive has got himself a bit of a freebie. So there it is. Bodyy goes down and finds the bomb as well. A ton of information. Can he survive? Not quite. He does dink Afro on the fadeaway. So back to a 4-on-4. Jax very low as well. So they've got the long control, but can they do anything with it? 3 players now towards A, and Farlig will surely be looking for a pick. Good flashbang over.
I'm more than happy just to stall them out at this juncture, I think, Astralis.
Yeah.
Lower dark position from Config. He still has a full bag of nades, and this is where things can get a little bit sketchy. He's quite committed.
If he goes down, it's a wide open bomb site, and they are aware of the possibility of him being down there. But if he gets at least one,
oh, that could even be the round right there.
There's 3 players incredibly low, so they haven't necessarily committed. So there's an option for blameF to get through. I'm surprised he didn't commit off that, but Afro's still down towards long. 45 seconds. What's going to be the final call here?
This mid push from Farlig, the biggest issue is the type of weapon he has. They're boxed in now. They'd have to go, well, it feels like all the way through T-spawner. They'd have to fight through. Afro is making a move up long now, and he can call the site clear, sure, but he needs to find a target. If you look at the radar, there's not a single target available.
30 seconds, and he's not sure the site's clear. It'll be difficult for them to justify going back towards A. So he's more of a backstab play right now.
No fights. There's nothing he can take. He's not going to find anything, Henry. He needs to run.
They're going to have to commit any second at this stage, and Zipek has got the perfect position to take down low HP players. He's behind the barrel at the platform. blameF there as well to provide covering fire, and very well handled. It got a little bit dicey at one point, but 3 players survive, and they shut down any possibility of a plant. So very well done by Astralis. A couple of hiccups this half, but overall, pretty decent.
A good understanding of the situation as well, right? Knowing that there was the likelihood of that lurk out long and condemning them to the tunnels. That is actually a great shot in reaction there onto Config after the dink.
Yeah, I guess you're right. When it goes silent for that amount of time, like a good 30 seconds, everyone's going to be on high alerts. They're going to be checking their backtracks, making sure they're not being flanked, and that's exactly what happened. Back to the long take here. 2 players to defend. Zipex and co ready and waiting with the AK-47. The flashbang's good, but he's already lined up and just mowing them down here. One by one, they come through the smoke screen. They don't stand a chance.
Zip's having one of those games. He says he has 9 assists.
Oh, really?
Those are the type of games you hate. It's like, man, if I just converted these, I'd be on 20 kills right now.
But the Eagle shot's being converted, that's for sure. Pushing long once again. Config dropped, and they'll try and recover the rifle as possible, but no chance at all. They have to go towards short, and here he is, the nuisance, forcing him in towards the A site, and Farlig more than happy to oblige. Calls that the last player's there, but can bodyy find one more?
I'm curious in this game so far because we've seen a couple of little details here. Zip pushing long a lot, and also in that round where they pushed straight up mid, they weren't worried about Afro actually AWPing the doors in an angle where he could see the lower dark play, right? So I'm curious if this is the exploitation of tendencies of HEET, if that's what, because it feels a little bit like that. Some of the things that they think they should be getting away with, Astralis have been able to find the gaps perfectly. And just the fact that Zips push long so actively in this matchup means that he's not worried about a long anchor. He's not worried about somebody outside the doors. They're locking it down. blameF will get the final kill. And looking very likely for the double digits here, Astralis.
I think he might be onto something there. There is one more buy available for HEET, taking the eco there. They've got the AK-47s, Afro on that AWP, who's had his moments, and thing is, there hasn't been many of them. We need to maybe see one more round here for HEET to give them a solid chance. I would say 5 probably won't cut it, but let's get into it. The final round of this first half, they are well equipped, and will we see another aggressive setup here from the CTs?
Yeah, so again, they're able to take this space. So Farlig posts up with the AWP, sure, but they're just happy to walk through middle. Like at long, there's only 1 player at long, so they're allowed to be jarring here in key choke points of the map. Farlig have a second crack at this one.
Yeah, could be a little bit awkward if he gets flashed off, but they're just holding for the push. Exercise is setting up the flash, yeah. So that'll bounce off, and he'll just have to fall back here. Actually get himself tucked in. This is a real dangerous position now. Flames behind him. He has to just go for a kill and hopefully gets one. Oh, it's nothing. Very well done here from HEET. They've got themselves a 5-on-3. Make it 2. Afro smites 2 down. It's up to Glaive now, pushing in towards upper, but this is looking like a clean sweep, Chad.
Great rounds here. They understood the situation very well. Just Zip, last man standing, can't push long this time round. We'll have to pivot all the way back to the top of A, but salvaging something going into the halftime break. A HEET, a 9-6 half with the pistol. That's a chance for them to get back in this game. Their map choice, remember. We have Inferno coming up next, and then Nuke is the 3rd, if I remember rightly.
He is known for a clutch or 2, but I dare say Mr. Zipex will be out of luck. There we have it. A pretty convincing half from both teams. I have to say, I'm not sure many people were expecting 6 rounds from HEET in such a convincing fashion as well. That's a lovely way to close out the half. We'll take a break and catch our breath and see what they can do with the second. We'll be right back.
Hey Future Pros! Taking long on Dust2 is one thing, but getting to the site can be a whole other challenge. With these simple smokes I'll show you, it should be no problem. You'll need 2 smokes for this one, so ask a teammate nicely to drop you one. To throw the first smoke, stand in the corner in front of the barrel, then aim at this point and running through the smoke almost instantly. Then stand at this wall, aim at this point along the line and running jump throw that smoke too. No pick control needed, and you'll be hard pressed to find a gap, so cross the site with a little bit of peace of mind.
Welcome back, gamers. Hope your Friday's treating you well, and if not, let us help you out. We have a plethora of Counter-Strike action for you today, and it all kicks off here. Astralis versus HEET. The first half has concluded. Astralis lead 9-6, but you have to say, Chad, a commendable effort from HEET so far. They've had some very decent and impressive rounds.
Yeah, from HEET, that was pretty neat. Not the clean sheet, but we'll see if they can land on their feet here on Dust2.
Nice.
Just a round is one that they'd love to pick up here, and well, they've got a kit on body. There's a couple of flashes smattered around the server as well.
Oof. It's going to be bodyy. It's feeling brave. Dancing around the B tunnels here, but players all around him. Opts to fall back, which is the right call, I would say. 3 players towards long for the CT side so far. Zipex decides to fall back, so this timing could be terrible for him.
He's still very aware that a push is possible here, right? He's been taking glances non-stop. This is not a bad angle to deal with this. They swing out, he gets the shoulder first. He knows there's another, so Astralis very aware of this default spread on the pistol. Good opening kill there from Zip, as it is going to send Jax packing all the way towards the A site here as they take this short control. They have everything they need on Glaive for an execute. Right, and it's not the kills, there's only 4 of those, but he has a molly, a smoke, and a flash available. They could mid to B, they could short exec, and it looks like they're going to drop out the mid doors quite quickly on the flash here. Glaive's at the head of the pack, he has the bomb, needs to be careful, and wow, perfectly timed smoke right there. Bodyy can't do anything at all, just needs to sit and wait. The burn, the molly will get him low, and it's just Jocko on the site, alone here, will have to defend. Can't get anything done. Zip has found both kills so far in this round, and I think that's the round done.
I think you might be right. Very well handled there from Astralis, finding that early 5 versus 4 with HEET, probing the long doors, and then the mid split comes through, challenging towards the B bomb side. Some flying headshots, the Glock doing a lot of work, and Farlig watching towards CT spawn for the players pushing through the smoke there. Nothing could be done, and it's done double digits for Astralis.
So I think that they're just on the other side of this wall again, Henry. Just before the game was going live for the first half, I did hear a very loud cheer, like a bit of a pre-game chant of some variety. And I was like, okay, I wonder which team that is. And then after that round, the pistol win, I heard another yell. So it's Astralis who are just over.
I think it's mainly Trace behind them. He's trying to get them fired up and looking like they're up for it. And they certainly are after that pistol round. They're up against the force buy, though. Double scouts on the CT side. Can be dangerous. Looking to soften up the Astralis players on the other side. They've got full long control, but more than ready. Afro, who's hit some impressive shots so far. He'll be there with the scout, is looking to get some tags, and hopefully the Deagles can convert.
This is one of the things here. The scout is great, but it comes down to when you take these fights with the scout, right? Because you need to get them in the open, and there you go, posting up and over. Afro will get a tag, and he's starting to feel some confidence. Jax has found one in the meantime. Config is sat on his ass over towards the mid doors, and Afro's not afraid. This is exactly how you need to function. You don't want to give the room over. Using the smoke to creep up here, but they will need to explode and go, and hope they can get past these pistols as Afro wants to joust once more, swings out a second tag for him in the round, and this is problematic for Astralis.
Yeah, this is going very well indeed. So much damage inflicted. It's up to Exercise to try and convert the tags. Still with a good chance here. Astralis deploying the flashbangs as well, and they're losing kill after kill. Afro connecting the dots with the scout. He continues to find headshots here. This might be all done. blameF taking so much damage. That's going to be 3 kills in total. Make it 4. Afro completely destroys them there on the A bomb side. Nothing can be said for Astralis. No plant, no kills. They are removed.
Really perfect round right there. Like the fact that they know when to be jarring if a team goes all in long and wants to execute exactly like that, you just need to be annoying. And if you can get the tags, then they're more flustered. They're a little bit worried about the time, the HP. All of a sudden it becomes some issues, and then you can hit shots like this. Right round from Afro here. Brings them back into it in a big way because Astralis bring out some deagles. Sure, there's a bit of investment in armor as well, but this is a chance for HEET to bring themselves back into the game. bodyy needs to stick the landing on the second jump and will. There's no pressure early. That scout round is potentially worth 3 if they can convert here.
Which they probably should. We'll see. Desert Eagles and armor as well, of course, and it all starts here. Zipex with a lovely shot. The scout now feeling the pressure towards middle.
No one on A. If they just scout up.
Oh,
that's a nice shot, isn't it? He's done
clean.
it 3 fires.
As you like. Oh, same story as well. Fending them off on the A bomb side. What an amazing couple of rounds he's had. Can he keep it going, though? Applying that pressure. And they've got the man advantage once again. Denying the crossover towards the site, and they might have to push through middle doors at this point and just sacrifice the CT ramp.
Give them the plan, yeah. Play the number advantage. Take some territory. Everybody from Astralis here is waiting for the move, and plenty of time to stretch your legs and take this short space if you'd like. There's 50 seconds on the clock. Nobody from HEET is poking and prodding just yet. It's gone very, very quiet. They know that they can't really fall back. The only avenue would be dropping down in CT spawn right now.
Well, the plan, at least attempted. It's a fake for now. 35 seconds. This will be the full commitment. No grenades being deployed. They have a couple of flashes and a smoke on the CT side. Now, this is still possible for Astralis to win this, but that makes things very problematic indeed. We do have blameF on the M4, glaive with a Desert Eagle, but blame has to be active here. He can't allow them to get up to Sure, he denies everything. 2-on-1 now. Exercise has been dinked, and he does enough there. blameF standing strong with 3 kills on the M4, a round they should have never won.
Some sharp shooting here from a lot of the players in the server. Right? We had some earlier moments from Config, Blame with one right there, Afro with the banger deagle, Jax with a couple of stylish ones. So some really nice shots here. He has a scout, right? He's decided, I want to take this fight with a deagle. I need to pressure them, can't give them the A control. And then Blame does this, just laser sharp on that M4. Some fantastic work from Blame there, just playing deathmatch on the middle of the bridge. And that one is going to be extremely frustrating as we're back into the Force by Wars.
We absolutely are. This is where you like to be as a spectator. Dust2 can be a very fun and aggressive map. Jax looking to fend off the lower B area if possible. blameF coming through. Didn't smoke down, but Jax playing in front of it, so I think he might have this one.
Odd angle, isn't it? Yeah, that's a very odd angle. Well, that's a nice find from Jax there. He'll get in and get out. Mid doors re-smoke just to deny any fast chase, and they're going to push into glaive on short. It's the Famous, not the best weapon for the job here. The deagle is going to come out on top.
Well, the Force by Wars are delivering on all fronts, I have to say. 5-on-3 now, recovering rifles, and it's Farlig with the scout. Exchanging, he's dead.
Oh, he's going to go all the way.
Well, at least he gets one, but doesn't really help out the campaign here. That does, though. Zipex with a clean one, even better from bodyy. What are these shots that are coming through, Chad?
Just like deathmatch right now. Everyone's just standing, aiming, shooting again. Another round. Nobody able to post consecutive rounds so far in this second half.
Madness.
Just around for Astralis. Bounce back from HEET on the scouts. Then some bangers from Blame into round number 3. And again, bodyy this time. Close mid doors with the deagle. Just sitting players down left, right, and center. Farlig, at this point, he's committed. He has to go. There's no real choice there. So going 1-for-1, that's a bit more of an issue. And bodyy just plays a sharp there as well. So they're feeling it here. But now it's about battening down the hatches. Are Astralis going to continue to go again? Do they want to force it again?
I don't think they can justify it this time.
They can get an AK on glaive. Zip can get a Galil and util. Right, but Blame, Farlig, Config could all have deagles. It's not the worst of buys.
It's not, but it's still, if you do lose it, which is a very good chance considering the way HEET's been playing the last couple of rounds, you are in a lot of trouble. You'd have to at least guarantee a bomb plant to make sure it was worthwhile. Config down at $1,400, and we are going to take some time to discuss the options, and it looks like they will be buying a scout for Farlig at least. Do they go a step further? I don't think so. So it is going to be an eco.
Okay.
Farlig looking for some tags, and hopefully they can be converted by the pistols. But yeah, this game certainly heating up.
You can justify this because next round with the loss bonus, Farlig can buy another scout. Blame, glaive, and Zip will all be able to buy AKs. And then Config's going to have to operate with something a little bit less. But all in all, you can see the logic that's gone into this. So they have given HEET an opportunity, and it's the same opportunity they had just a few rounds prior. They've given a lot of room over towards mid here, and if glaive just smokes CT and they go, they can apply a lot of pressure to this mid to B. The rotation points are so far away. Look at HEET's setup right now.
We do know Danish Deagles are deadly. It's Glaive looking to crack things open, and Farlig hoping stray CT will spot towards the window, but they're being very defensive right now. Jax is patrolling the doors. Jocko on the platform, and back towards short we go. Come on, Blame, get up.
Very curious that they didn't just want to clamp down for the mid to B here. Maybe preempting a stack. Nobody's giving them anything at all.
They have 3 smokes, right? So maybe hoping to isolate the players there. It's going to be Afro. No sniper this time. He's got the M4 holding towards the ramp with body. So they've got everything they need to defend this one. Nice little one-way going to be deployed here. And just looking for players trickling towards the bomb site. Mowing them down. Body and Co are looking like they're really up for this game so far. They did say the pressure's off them now. Not so nervous and confident maybe with 2 kills, but they deny the plant. So just giving up 1, not too bad. And they're closing the gap now. But that was the eco, bear in mind. Farlig with $1,900, and they're coming back in with Galils and AK Shad. Another weak buy here for Astralis. The door of opportunity is wide open for HEET to take their first map of the tournament.
Yeah, this would be nice to see if they could be competitive here. The group, as we mentioned earlier today, is going to be split wide open. This is a chance for HEET to keep themselves in contention. But that was very well handled, right? The 3 smokes, the drop down towards spawn. Obviously, there wasn't the best weaponry in play, but still a threat available there.
Farlig with the Scout's no armor setup. Not known to be the most effective on the T side, but we'll see what he can make of it. He's had a great couple of days. Zipex, a face full of HE there and a flashbang. In a lot of trouble here. He has got Farlig with the Scout backing him up, but we'll see what can be done here. Glaive investigating his options towards middle. Sent packing by the incendiary. Flashbang from Farlig, right? That sets him up, and that's a good response.
That was the only thing that could rumble that position. Exercise playing very up close and personal. Body, he's actually, I think he's going to go for a fight here. Yeah, running through, straight through for Body, in and out. The Magician, the Assassin.
That was very well done.
That's what he needs. Another initiates again off the back of the flash. Flash him in, he'll take the fight. He's in and out. Body, 17 kills now, just keeping his team in, and he wants to continue to fight in mid. He'll peek from a different angle. Just continues to reinitiate. That is wild from Body. What a round that was.
Really, really well done. A great sequence of events. Not traditional Counter-Strike by any stretch of the imagination, but it catches Astralis off guard, flashbangs towards middle, and he seemed to know exactly where they are, snapping towards the bodies and managing to mow them all down. Very impressive scene. So they'll take a tactical timeout, but let's have a look at the replay.
The first flash, and then so that was from Jax. Then Jocko goes, hold up, I got 1 too. Let's try again. He's in, he gets this one. He's like, well, I'm in mid now. Jumps up short, re-picks out against the Scout with no armor. Great round from Body. He's on 18 kills, Afro as well.
You don't see rounds like that every day. That's going to be a thorn in the side of Astralis. They've got $2,900 per player at this stage, and let's see what they can do with it. 1 more round to tie things up. HEET. They are looking very good. They've gone for a double orb setup. Jax and Afro now.
Jax, the secondary orb that we never knew we needed.
Apparently.
We never knew we needed it. It was Amanet getting all the shine.
Let's see what he can do with it, and it will be yet another eco for Astralis. This one's starting to spiral for them. The heavy favorites coming into this series on their opponent's map pick. Starting to look uncomfortable, overwhelmed, and the skill of HEET is shining bright as Afro opens things up once again. He'll get himself a second. What a brilliant shot that is.
Let the scrim flow through you here, just taking these fights. They know they're not up against a lot. This is what you want to see, the confidence against these lighter investments, knowing you can go toe-to-toe. Zip will fire a warning shot, but that's just going to bring more players over. They want these eco kills. And smell the blood in the water right now. HEET is they're starting to turn this one up a notch. We're on about a 6 or a 7 on the hot plate, and now we're going up to a 9 to the boiling water.
I think you might be right there. Afro's, he's almost on for the ace here. That's going to be his 4th kill of the round. Just Zipex towards long. Very unlikely he hits this shot. Exercise puts it to bed. And looking very convincing on the second half. Their CT side has been stellar.
Well, they wanted to give him the ace there, I think, with that bit of a reaction. So I'm going to allow Afro to convert here. But this is the thing. The team's not looking as rigid anymore. They feel a bit more comfortable in the way they're playing. When you come to ESL Pro League, when you come to the bigger tournaments, you're playing with the big boys. But not only that, the environment's a bit different. You're being looked after every day. You got all these prac PCs. It takes a while to settle in. It's like, yeah, I'm here. This is where I wanted to be. This is what I've worked to do. And now they're looking comfortable. If they can take a map here against Astralis, might be what HEET need to unlock themselves. But this is the next battle. Okay, sure, you're saying the pressure's off, but you still want to win. Now you need to know that you're close enough to do exactly that. Can you stay focused? Can you keep it tidy? Do you have the knockout blow required here to take a map off of Astralis?
Wow, another timeout here. Astralis just discussing their options. They will have a full buy here finally. It's been some very difficult rounds. The buys have included unarmored scouts, Galils, a lack of utility, and had to take a couple on the chin here to find themselves at this point. Round number 23, 11-11. HEET have got one more buy in the bag as well, and we'll see where they want to go aggressive once again. They've looked dangerous, to say the very least. A boost towards T-spawn and trying to get that opening pick if possible. Not going to happen. No damage inflicted either. Config smoked out towards long, but does have a slight gap here, Chad. So unfortunately can't convert it. The CTs will give up the position, and we go back to more of a default setup here. As I say that, I do spot a bit of CT aggression towards the tunnels. Afro hasn't missed many shots so far, 22 kills and 15 deaths. Does he preempt this? Oh. He absolutely does. What a magnificent performance we're having here from Afro.
This is great. He's looking very active, and this is the best map for an AWPer, somebody who's shown a bit of flair like this to work on. If he's feeling the flow of the game, we always talk about being in the zone.
Right.
Having that flow state, you're looking for the peaks, you know where the fights are coming, and oh, body!
How's he hit that?
Look at the wrist. Glaive goes down, there's a tag, sure, but things are starting to fall apart of the seams. It's Farlig, he wants to get involved. He's smoked off, he's getting run on down here. Running stations for Farlig, he's gone too. Afro, he did fall in the meantime, but they have the number advantage in the chaos. It's an all-time high right now. HEETs feel like they're scrambling with the number advantage.
Stifling pressure now for Astralis. They're being overwhelmed. They'll pull a frag back, but this one has to be converted as well. Config, he'll bring it back to a 2 versus 1. He needs to clutch this round out. Up against the AWP of Jackson. Oh, he actually gets given an opportunity. Yeah, there was a chance, a freebie there. Could spot the head. And I feel like Config gets this, but apparently not. Jax will take him down, and they take the lead. 12-11, and no plant granted. Means another partial buy, potentially, from Astralis.
Oh dear, oh dear. They have around 3.7 on, or 3.4 for Farlig, but there's a bunch of them on 3.7. You have over 4K on Config before he's purchased it. That was a great push.
And you have to say as well, what a great time to deploy it. He's taken back-to-back tactical timeouts on the Astralis side. You know they're going to be changing their approach. They'll be having something in mind, some sort of execution. You send in that first pick, it just shuts it all down. They lose track of map information. And for now, they've just got the pistols and a MAC-10 as well. Tip of the spear is Config, and he tried to push his way out towards long, but taken down early.
Hail Mary, but you have to in situations like this. They're going to use the space, they're going to take short. Well, trundling through the flames would be the only option right now. Towards long, Afro activated again, and there's still boost on boost on boost as Jax is going to take down Zip, and they should have them held at the gate here. Nothing for Astralis, nothing at all. No kills, no plan, not even getting close to the bomb site there. 13-11, just 3 more rounds. The smiles, the laughs, they're feeling it now, HEET.
In terms of the individual aim, they're looking like world-class players right now. Everyone's feeling it. HEET are having some amazing sequences. Body especially looks as sharp as you like. Afro isn't missing with the AWP. They've got dynamic pushes. They're taking over territory on the map. It's overwhelming. Strangling out the offense here. Astralis can't even get close to bomb sites, but they do have another full buy. A boost towards lower. They're chaining things up every single round. Blame will be there, but he's already made it past the choke point itself, and that's a great shot from Glaive.
Yeah, you just need a... we saw that the other day against Torgy as well. Yep. That's the issue if they just barrel down mid, and your barrel would be spotting out from the lower dark player regardless. So have to be very careful on how you want to deploy that boost. It's a nice find here for Astralis, and this is the type of round that you'd be expecting them to convert against a team like HEET. Right, unless Body goes for another one of these crazy Hail Mary pushes on a hinge smoke.
He might have to, considering they're a man down, and he's looking so confident. 20 kills to his name.
Oh, this is a big push.
Swivel towards B from Astralis, but Afro might have timed this very well indeed, you're right.
He's not going to stop here. Zip was considering it, but there's a timer on this, right? He's actually just flashed towards mid. Is he ready for it? He hasn't found the timing just yet, Zip, and he might go down in the back. Afro's still coming, scoped in.
They're coming towards lower as well.
Oh, swings and roundabouts here as they made it. I'm sure they have spotted him. They should know that A bomb site's open here. That means there's going to be a fight towards mid doors. A flash forward. Exercise being tagged up, but the push is great. Bombs down lower here.
This is so good. Applying so much pressure towards that lower B area, and we'll see whether this is going to be a chance for Astralis to fight back. They've got a 3-on-3, but they've lost track of the map. Players towards top and middle. Afro's going through T-spawn. We have actually got blameF, who's on the A bomb site. He's going to be dropping down towards CT, looking to backstab here. Could be anyone's round. It's a great shot from Farlig. Finally, something going in their favor. They have the man advantage, and Blame surely gets his kill as well. Jocko isolated, and it's looking like Afro is out of luck here. Astralis pull one back just when they needed to.
Yeah, lost track of the play there, did HEET. It felt like they had everything covered when they stalled them out in lower, but maybe I thought an extra player or two had gotten through short. So some issues there for HEET, and Astralis will strike back, getting themselves into winning ways. There was a streak of 6 rounds consecutively where they were denied plants. So finally breaking through here, but there's still plenty of cash for HEET to have at least one more buy. They're going to opt for double AWPs again, and I don't know if that's the correct option here. Haven't necessarily seen the best of scenes from Jax. Very emotional, his body.
Well, yeah, this is the closest they've come to winning a map, and giving up rounds like that could be frustrating for him, but still have a full buy, of course, as you mentioned, the double AWP setup, and they're pushing towards short this time, but meanwhile, it's Astralis taking control of long. Zipex spots the retreating player in the form of Jax. He's got that secondary AWP, and Exercise once again.
There's a gap again, though, Henry. Like, look at this. The player who would be tasked with watching this is Config, but he's in backyard watching B. Highlighted for you here. So the fact that Exercise has been able to push to contain, he is in limbo. I don't think he can sit here forever. They're either going to come back and clear him, or he'll need to activate, because this gets very sketchy. The thing that's giving him a buffer right now is the jump spot from Jax towards that lower dark position. Farlig being harassed in pit, and now the gap, the noose starting to tighten. Zip, as persistent as always, is watching the flank.
Yeah, he's aware of it, and he has the advantage there as well with the shadows, so he'll have early information as to when he does walk around the corner, but it's Config coming in from T-spawn. Now, he'll be aware there has been this gap, and he'll be checking all the likely positions, as you can see right now, but Exercise will need a hell of a flick. Can't find it. Config gets himself a bit of a freebie there. 5-on-4 to open things up once again, and they'll fall back. They've got the long control. Ideally, want to get Farlig towards the pit. We'll see if he can jump in there. Molotov towards a short position as well. Going all the way back. It might just be a B play, right? Because they're going to bite so hard. The fact that that safety net with all the info is now dead. Astralis are scrambling. Indecision here. So they drop back. They apply pressure elsewhere. It's forcing HEET to rotate, or over-rotate across the map quite heavily, because it will still be this long finish. So doubting themselves here are HEET. They have been juked by blameF. Well, it's the man at the moment to defend. bodyy needs a huge spray down here. They line up for him, Chad. A boatload of damage is dished out, but only 1 kill is found. 4 versus 3. Config on the flanks here.
8 seconds.
Oh, you're right.
After plant, you can see him. He spams. He has to go for the jump shot or something here. Afro, he can try and deny. The bomb's gone down just in time, and the flames of Farlig kill him. It's a 3-on-2 now in favor. Afro's still forward. The flank is still coming in there. Making presence from short now. Over towards long is the AWP, and it's blameF. Can he do it again from this A site? AK in hand this time, and Molly as well. blameF's down. It's just Farlig. He's picked the first from the pack. He needs to find 2 more. Remember, it's not planted for him here. There was no room on the site. The defuse is being set. There's no way that Farlig can get this one done. And HEET, 14 now to their name. Oh my days. Absolute pandemonium ensues there on the A bomb site. Astralis had full control for so long. It was looking so good. All of a sudden, they're running out of time. They're scrambling towards the bomb site. They've Molotoved each other there as well, Chad. We'd have to see that in the replay. Hasn't went down, but you can see all the flames.
Doused in flames there. He gets the bomb planted, but at what cost? Farlig did absolutely everything he could here, gets both the kills, but as you mentioned, the bomb is out of his reach. It's a full defuse, 14-12. They saved the AWP at least. They have a full buy, but HEET in touching distance of finding their first map here in ESL Pro League.
That's crazy. They doubted themselves right on that rotate back around the world to B. And you can understand why, because it's such a long rotation that, of course, HEET are going to beat you there. bodyy, very unlucky as well not to get multiple kills on the lineup too. So, look, I think that Astralis overcooked the pooch a bit there. I think they did. The position that sticks out in my mind is Config, once again, not with the pack, not with the fragging unit. He was towards the middle double doors, watching the rotations. The AWP takes him down. Had he been with the boys there, could have been a different story. He's often caught out at the lineup itself, but that's a huge kill and a huge round as HEET will fend off the AKs and the AWP now. Ooh, jumping in unison on the cross right there, asking to get tagged through the doors. Astralis still have a very tidy buy here. They're actually the ones in the driver's seat, but this is Herd. body's close. Nade in your hand. It's it. He's dead. blameF's on the trade. So they want to just initiate for them into B. Humbling the grenade somewhat, but this suggesting they could be heading towards B. Config with a speculative spray as well. Trying to keep these players on this side of the map, but it's towards A they head for now. Exercise actually looking for a rebuttal here. This should be a kill for Farlig, but absolutely not. This is looking great. HEET have the 4 versus 3 as they look for map point now on Dust2. Defensive stance now from HEET. They've done enough here. Slink back into the side. They want to take space elsewhere. The flash is coming forward. Config caught off guard, and that is Jocko just knocking him out. This is a great round here from HEET for 15. The one man standing, it's blameF. When they need him, he has to step up, and it's not going to be this time. 26 kills for Afro. HEET 1 round away from picking up their first map victory here at Pro League. This is looking much better today. Yeah, this is a different team.
The individual skill is off the charts. We're seeing different setups towards middle, such a focus towards lower B as well. It's been very impressive exercise with a great sequence here as well. And Astralis are on the back foot. They're on the ropes at this point, Chad. They need 3 rounds in a row on the T side. The money's okay for another buy, but this wasn't part of the script. We didn't think there'd be a chance he could even get close to a map, let alone take the first.
Yeah, not at all. You reflect to the ENCE versus HEET game to open things up for HEET here at ESL Pro League Season 16. Dust2 was the map that they picked into. They were 16-6. They lost 13-2 on their T side. They got absolutely mauled. Then yesterday against Complexity, well, they didn't get the honor of picking into Dust2. That was banned by Complexity, but they lost 16-8, 16-12 right, to Complexity, who's sure they're top of the group right now, but they're not one of the expected best teams over here for Pro League. So HEET back in action. Could do it right here.
They absolutely could. They've looked fantastic. Jax with some highlight moments, and blameF picking up the pace. He has got short control, and we'll see if Glaive can do anything with this. Spotted towards double doors once again. Need to be careful. Bombs in towards the B tunnels for now. And we will have bodyy challenging from the A side. blameF's just giving that one away for free.
Because Afro showed himself mid-doors, so they expect no AWP on A, but blame's not even looking in the right direction.
I like this from Jocko. This off angle has been very problematic for our ESL Pro League. Another headshot delivered. Molotov down. This could be it, Chad. HEET might have found Dust2, a 5-on-3. A minute remains, and utility sure for Astralis, but where do they go with this one?
And complacency creeping in again here for the Danes. Another game that looks like it should have been theirs. It's fallen apart. It's great play from HEET. His bodyy again flashed in by his teammates. Will take the fight. Just 2 more to find. Make that one. Jax. Sharp as attack. Not going to stop just here. And again, a clutch situation. Config this time. Batter up. Give it a go. You may as well. But HEET, they look to have secured this and in style.
They've looked like the better team. This half especially, HEET have looked fantastic. And just the closing moments now, Config would need to do something ungodly at this stage to win this one. He's got good awareness as to where the final player is. Hits the headshot. Can he find anything more? Bomb on his back, 25 seconds. Does he drop down towards spawn perhaps? Sees the grenade, and indeed he will. Can't do it, and there we have it, Chad. It will be HEET picking up their map pick of Dust2. Astralis, I don't know what to say. I'm left speechless there. They were the absolute favorites coming into this one. Yesterday it looked so much better. We thought it was just some early tournament nerves as to why they looked so shaky against Complexity, but that is a statement performance from HEET.
Yeah, gonna need the Dust to break that one down again. Farlig with good numbers. Same for blameF. Config up there. So what's the difference makers here? We'll be throwing it to a break, and then Kassad, Yanko, and Trace will be breaking this one down for your delight. Don't go anywhere.